Talk about it.
Alright.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talk About It. Special guest in the building today. Special guest, y'all. My man, Franz. Franz, welcome back home, son. How's it feel?
Feels great, baby. You know me. I'm from Queens, New York. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on 57th Ave in Corona, Queens. I grew up across the street from Left Rack City. I'm from New York City originally. Spent some time living out in Boston, but moved back home to pursue releasing my album, hopefully, my debut hip-hop album, God's Will Be Done. Just finished recording the first song, Life Growing Up, and just kind of making a guest appearance on Talk About It.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Talk some sports. I'm a big sports guy. Football's back in season.
Back in season, baby.
Yeah, I'm real hyped about that. You know, I'm dumb hyped that football's back in season. I'm real excited to see what's going to happen this season, especially with the development of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick is my homie.
Yeah. He's last year was the MVP last year. So
yeah, MVP and Offensive Player of the Year, baby.
Yeah,
I mean, he became only the second quarterback to pass for 5,000 yards and throw 50 touchdown passes. So
and it looks like he might do it again this year, man. He's on this guy right now, man. Looks like he's on a mission. So let's see what happens this year. But I'm really excited for football season too. I'm a basketball dude, but listen, man, football right now looking real good. Except for, obviously, the Jets and the Giants.
Yeah,
but,
well, you know.
If you're a New York fan, not a good time. But pick another team, y'all. Get another team.
I mean, the Jets, what a disaster, really. I mean, the Jets. I mean, we're New Yorkers, so we're going to talk about our local teams. But, just a disaster. I mean, the Jets had what? They had 4 takeaways today. I mean, they caused 4 turnovers. They got a safety. They were up 16-0, and 17 unanswered points in like a quarter by the Bills.
They lost in the fourth quarter, man. They lost the game in the fourth quarter, and damn.
I'm that's why the Jets are the Jets, man.
Yeah, but I'm just hoping that Darnold takes off this year. He looked pretty good, but I think it's more like the defense that gave the ball game away. But I still have hope for them this year. The Giants, though. After tonight, not so much.
Yeah, when it comes to the Jets, I have hope for Sam Darnold. I think that Sam Darnold can and he will be like a good quarterback. I believe he has what it takes to be a good quarterback. It's just that sometimes with these teams, I wonder if the organization really puts these players in the best position to succeed.
I feel you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Jets are a franchise. Like, I don't know if the ownership really puts Sam Darnold in the best possible position to lead them to that promised Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not necessarily the quarterback, but it's just the organization, for whatever reason, doesn't put its players in the best position to lead them to the promised land.
Well, they still got players that they need to get. Like, I feel like their old line needs to get better. And let's be real. Like, who's he throwing to?
I can't name anybody.
All these other teams out here, they have guys that they're throwing to. Me, I couldn't name one guy in the Giants. I couldn't name one guy in the Jets.
Well, the one guy I could name on the Giants just got traded to the Browns.
Yeah,
so.
you know how that goes. You know how that story went.
Yeah,
and big story too. Antonio Brown goes to the Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots have kind of had a history of kind of taking guys who maybe have some baggage, but they feel like, they have a strong leadership in there. And I think that with the Patriots, like they took on Randy Moss. Randy Moss had his issues at times. They took on, Albert Hainsworth. They took on Chad Ochocinco. So sometimes they kind of take their chances on players, and I think they kind of just took a chance on Antonio Brown. But I think it might be a good look for them, though.
You know what? I think it's a good look for them, too. You know what, though? To be honest, I actually just found out. I know now. I just realized now what New England Patriots are. They're the Bellevue of football. Now follow me now. They'll take all these crazy guys, and once they get to the Patriots, they're good. They're straight now.
I feel you.
Now they're just ready to play football. Everything's okay. Everything's fine.
Yeah,
let's just play football.
Belichick's gonna keep them in check. And I think
that's what I'm looking to see. That's what I'm looking to see.
Belichick will keep those players in check, and I think that when you have the resume that Bill Belichick and Tom Brady have, they're gonna respect those players. They're not gonna
respect that.
And if they're
Gotta
serious
respect
about
that.
winning a championship, I mean that's their best place to do it. So you really got to be on your best behavior if you're serious about winning a championship.
I definitely
that's
agree.
your best chance. I mean,
Definitely agree.
the Patriots. I mean, I lived in Boston for a little while. So I was I got a chance to follow the Patriots a little bit, and it's kind of like the Patriots. It's the same question all the time. It's like, all right, Tom Brady's gonna get old. I mean, they can't keep doing this, but it's like they never fall off.
They never
you know
fall
what I mean?
off.
Like
They're there every year.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I heard that they went to I forgot how many straight AFC Championship games they've been to. And I just feel like with the Patriots, like they keep saying that they're gonna fall off, but I'm like, I gotta see it to believe it with the Patriots because it's like, last year I thought for sure the Chiefs were gonna be the ones to represent. The AFC.
I knew the Patriots were gonna do it.
Well, you know what it could be too? I think the defense of the Chiefs was just they couldn't stop anybody, bro.
Yeah,
like that was they can't stop anybody. We know that Mahomes and the offense could put up points, but like
can you stop the other team?
Because I believe personally that if the Chiefs had any semblance of a defense and they stopped the Patriots in that overtime game, I believe the Chiefs, the Chiefs would have made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
man.
they would have won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they would have won the Super Bowl.
They would have won the Super Bowl.
And that brings me to another topic. I mean, it being the Rams, like the Rams went to the Super Bowl and I don't know, like I think the Rams are gonna fall off, man. I don't know. I just have a feeling like they're gonna fall off. Like they're gonna be a Super Bowl hangover.
A lot of teams got better this year, so yeah, I think they're gonna fall off. I think they're one of those teams that's gonna fall off. Them. And unfortunately, Nick Foles got injured. He injured his left shoulder. Now he's out for the season. So there goes the Jaguars.
Yeah,
and everybody was saying how they were supposed to be good this year, but
Yeah, I mean, into the game today, they were hanging with Kansas City for a little while, but that Nick Foles injury really set them back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So that's tough for them, but we'll see what happens with that. But I think it's gonna be a good season though, and Dallas is looking great. But let's remember
they're playing the Giants, and they're playing the Giants, and I mean they're making Dak Prescott look like the greatest quarterback ever.
He's looking like Brady out there. Son.
Yeah, he's looking
that's
like
pretty much what's going on.
I mean, they score. I mean,
he's looking like Brady.
He passed for 260 or 270 yards. And he had 3 touchdown passes already, 21-7. I think it's 28. Is it 28-10 now?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it'd probably be either them or the Eagles, for the NFC East title.
My thing is, who cares? I know the Patriots going to be there. They have AB now. Like, for me, I think Tom Brady's going for number 7. I don't think there's going to be anybody out there to stop him. AB's there now. The only thing that's going to stop the Patriots is AB. I think AB, being that he's going to be on that team and in that system with Belichick, yeah, there's no way nobody's going to beat them. He won last year with Edelman. He won with Edelman. Now he has AB?
Yeah. I mean, you saw what they did when they got Randy Moss. I mean, when they got Randy Moss, they had a record-setting season. I mean, Tom Brady threw 50 touchdown passes, which was the record.
That's what I want to see. What I'm saying
at the time. And then Randy Moss went ham. Randy Moss caught 23 touchdowns that season, which was a record also.
Yeah. I
mean, they had the record. I don't think Brady didn't have the record for most passing yards, but they had the record for most points in the season. I mean, it was... it was kind of like crazy. The Golden State Warriors. Like when the Golden State Warriors had that 73-9 season, it was the same exact thing. Yep. Just the basketball version of it. You know what I mean? So, it probably to me, man, until I see the Patriots fall off, you got to kind of always assume they're going to be in the mix.
There, yeah. Not even be in the mix, that they're going to win.
Yeah, like someone will say, like they always punch their ticket to at least the AFC Championship game. And the division is a joke. Ain't nobody there to really be any type of challenge to them in the division.
Yeah, that's
and
true
it's
too.
Been like that for
the past how long now?
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time the Jets or the Bills or the Dolphins were a real threat? I mean,
the 80s. Yeah, man.
The Jets haven't been a threat since Super Bowl 2 or 3. So
yeah.
The Bills were legit in the early 90s when the Bills had that 4-year run where they made it to the Super Bowl 4 times. Unfortunately, they couldn't close out the deal. The Dolphins, I mean, unless they want to bring Dan Marino out of retirement or something, I mean, that's
you know what I'm saying?
That's not going to go anywhere. So they never really had they never really had. I mean, their real challenge was the Colts.
Yeah.
The whole
And
time
then
was the Colts, and Peyton Manning.
he gave him a run for their money, but that's pretty much it. And then now you got Andrew Luck is out. That was a shocker to me, but hey, you know your body better than I do, my friend. So you feel like you need to retire, and he's got money in the bank.
I mean,
over
Andrew
90
Luck
million.
has a Stanford degree. You know what I'm saying? He has an architecture degree.
Forget
Stanford
about that.
degree,
He
and
got
comes
90
from a-
million in the bank. He good. He
Yeah,
good money.
and
Give me 9 million. I'm good money.
And Andrew Luck comes from a family that I think their family's pretty. His father was an NFL player, so his family's
Yeah, his
well
dude's
off.
well off. Yeah.
He's not something that really needs the money, and he's just kind of playing because it's kind of like a legacy thing, like just like what the Manning brothers, the Manning brothers, their father played professional football. You know what I'm saying? So Andrew Luck, his father Oliver Luck, I believe played in the NFL as well. I forgot what team, but he played in the NFL as well. So he kind of
He's good.
Yeah, he's good. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about Andrew Luck.
Hey, with 90 million, I wouldn't be worried either, bro.
Yeah, I think he'll make it. I think he'll feed his family just fine. You know what I'm saying? And what else is going on in the NFL? We could talk about.
There's a lot to talk about,
a lot of
man.
stuff to talk about with the NFL.
You know what the thing is, man? My thing is like, AB was on the Raiders and he didn't even get all of that was in preseason. All that stuff happened in preseason. Like, it was only a helmet, and then he was talking about a helmet, how he didn't want to wear the helmet, and just crazy. Now he's not even there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, we could talk about the Jay-Z deal with the NFL also. That's
How
kind
do
of
you feel
like,
about that? How do you feel?
I mean, a lot of people. It was controversial. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess he was signing with Colin Kaepernick. He signed. Was it last year or a couple years ago when Colin Kaepernick was taking that knee during the national anthem? He was kind of siding with Colin Kaepernick. And then I think like a year ago, Jermaine Dupri was offered like a similar deal, and Jay-Z advised him to turn it down.
But then I heard that was false, though. I'm hearing that's not what happened.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm hearing, but I don't know, man. I don't know how. I guess people jump to conclusions, but
okay.
I want to see what he actually does with that. Maybe he does something good with that. I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. But a lot of people thought that was kind of shady, man. That was kind of shady just for the fact of what you said, how he told Jermaine Dupri, don't do it, and you turn around and you go do it. But Jermaine Dupri said that's not what happened. So,
okay.
We got to follow, stay tuned, follow the story, see what happens, see what really happened, and wait until the truth comes out. But,
yeah.
I mean, everybody who knows how Jay-Z does business, he's kind of like a real shady dude when it comes to business. That's what the optics are. But, like I said, we'll see what he does with it, and hopefully he does something with it. Hopefully it's not just for putting more Benjamins in the pocket, Hopefully he does something with it.
I think that hopefully he's blazing a trail for other brothers, other young African American men, or entrepreneurs to kind of, kind of making a way for them to do things that maybe we weren't able to do before. I mean, we're seeing black people make a lot of strides in kind of a lot of arenas,
Yeah, definitely.
I know we're talk about it as primarily a sports podcast, but look at Black Panther last year. Black Panther first film featuring an African American director and a primarily African American cast. Go on to build $1 billion franchise. Create a lot of success and set all kinds of records. So I think that African Americans are just kind of making a lot of strides in a lot of arenas. And now Jay-Z kind of being in a position to be the first NFL owner. Maybe he's setting a new trail for other young African American men, entrepreneurs, to aspire to do the same. I think we're breaking a lot of barriers.
Well, you know what I say to that? It's about damn time. Let's do the damn thing, man.
Yeah, I always felt like we need ownership. We need ownership over. It's our culture. You see football as a sport that a lot of African Americans are dominating. And a lot of African American stars, and we're finally getting a chance to have ownership over kind of, we contribute so much to the success, and we finally get a chance to have ownership over, that's what I really like about Black Panthers, like African American director, primarily African American cast, superstars, and we're getting a chance to kind of, have ownership over our culture and over things that we help make popular and help make successful. And now we finally get into a position where, we can be in leadership, we could be in management, we could be in ownership. That's kind of another thing that got me really excited about Patrick Mahomes is that, they're saying Patrick Mahomes could be the first, like, African-American quarterback to truly be the face of the NFL. Like,
Well,
think
that
about-
definitely will happen once
Yeah.
Tom Brady's out of there. That's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah, because when you think about
That's
African American
definitely gonna
quarterbacks, I mean, there are a lot of great African American quarterbacks, who, were pretty successful in the NFL. And,
Yeah, I
but
agree.
how many of them were actually the face of the NFL the way, Tom Brady or Peyton Manning was the face of the NFL?
None.
You know,
But you know
none,
what?
you know.
Mahomes is definitely the guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Mahomes
he
is
has it all.
definitely
I
the
mean,
guy.
he's very entertaining to watch. He's very charismatic. He has the leadership.
And
Yeah, I mean,
it
he just
helps
has all
that
the
he's talented.
tangibles. Yeah, and he's
It's helped-
talented.
it's helped that
He's a great,
talented.
he's a great player. And I mean, hey, 5,000 yards and 50 touchdown passes doesn't hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
definitely not.
It definitely doesn't hurt. I mean, that's kind of like a Dan Marino like I've season. I mean, the second youngest MVP since Dan Marino. So, I think he's gonna be the face of the NFL. I'm real excited to see what he does this season. Today 378 yards, 3 touchdowns. Sammy Watkins went ham today also, 198 yards on 9 receptions. Unfortunately, Tyreek Hill, it seems like he got injured.
Yeah,
he's
hurt.
He's hurt.
We don't know how bad it is yet, but he's hurt. He got hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. But they're, and then
They're on the right track. I'll tell you that. It
Stars
looks
on
like
the
it's
right
going to be a
track,
big
you know.
season for them.
And I'm predicting them to go to the Super Bowl, man. I mean, Chiefs, Saints. I think that's what it's gonna be.
You don't think the Patriots are going to be in it, huh?
I mean,
Why? What makes you pick the Saints?
I wouldn't.
Why the Saints?
The Saints.
Why the Saints? The Saints. The only way I see the Saints is if they're on like a revenge tour. Like, we got to get back there. Other
Yeah.
than that, no.
You don't see the Saints? Well, who
I
would
don't
your
see the
pick
Saints.
be to go to the Super Bowl then?
I say
From
the Patriots.
NFC?
How do you not?
No,
pick?
from the NFC though.
From the NFC?
AFC could be the Patriots. Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know
To be the
yet?
truth, I don't know.
I'm trying
I
to
know
think. I'm
it's
trying
gonna
to
be
think who's-
Patriots versus somebody. Son. I don't see the Patriots. They have AB. I was saying that with them having Edelman. Now they have AB. Now they have both them guys, man. So I have to put them in there. I have to put them in there.
Like I said, like I said, the Patriots until Tom Brady actually retires or Bill Belichick retires, or
You gotta put 'em in
until
there.
until
put 'em
until I
in
see them fall off. You gotta give. They're always in
So
it.
let me ask you this: so you think that Mahomes is gonna beat the Patriots this year? That's what you're saying?
I mean,
Since
last
they're gonna
year, I really think the defense killed them last year, man.
But you
'Cause,
still
like,
feel like this year they could beat the Patriots
I think they could.
with AB?
They-
Or were you saying that with AB?
They have a chance. Let's put it like that. They have a chance. I'm not saying they will, but they had a chance. I mean,
Well,
I
you
mean, I
are
don't-
saying they will. You say
yeah, like what I'm saying. Like they definitely have a shot. You definitely have to consider them in the mix. But
I still
you still
say-
stick with the Patriots.
I still say Patriots. You know why? Because it's like it's one thing to have talent to get to the Super Bowl, and I get that. But then I've seen so many teams that were capable. Just when they go against the Patriots, it's like they just don't make any mistakes. The Patriots just don't make any.
No,
mistakes.
they don't. They don't. It's very
They
rare.
just have that experience. It's that's just the way they are. Like when you face championship teams, and that's what I mean. Like it's like you have talent versus knowing how to win. I would choose knowing how to win every single Sunday.
Kind of like, okay, so let me. All
I
right,
would
this
pick
is
that.
basketball right now. Now we're going back to basketball, which is Shay's forte. So like for you, let's say back in the 2000s, you would always pick the Spurs over like a more like a talented super team that's like, has a lot of talent, has a lot of stars, but the Spurs are like a machine. Like you're always gonna go with the Spurs type of organization.
I would pick the machine. I would always
Okay.
pick the machine over the superstars. Like even Golden State. Golden State
Okay.
had the stars, but they also had the machine.
Yeah,
They also
did.
had the machine. It wasn't just superstars. They had a system. And when you have both of those things combined, you know what you get? 72-10. But then guess what? You lose to one of the best players of all time.
Well,
So,
it's LeBron. Though.
yeah.
I
You
mean-
got to give that man his due, his
I
credit.
mean, LeBron is.
And you lose 3 games in a row to do that. They lost 3 games in a
Yeah,
row.
they
man.
did. I
So,
mean, they
know.
choked, man. I mean, it was a choke job, just like the 18-0 season, the 18-1 season. They didn't finish the job. I mean, and
It happens to the best of them.
It happens to everybody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, but LeBron. I mean, I'm trying to think. Like LeBron.
Need a new stylish phone case? A charger for your car? try shopgotech.com for phone accessories at great prices. Once again, shopgotech.com.
Was it 9 finals in a row or something insane like that? Yeah,
I think it's about 9 or 8. I
mean, that's crazy. I don't think I've seen any team.
9, yeah.
I don't think I've seen any player or team go 9 in a row since like the Celtics of like.
That's correct. It's only the Celtics and him. I've never seen to the point where it's a team and a player, not even a team and another team, a team and one guy. I've never seen or heard of that before. You don't get that in sports. It's only teams that do that.
Yeah, but I mean, a player, no matter what his situation was, he was always in the finals. Like,
you know what's crazy? There was a guy I knew. He was like, LeBron has been in the finals since he was in 8th grade. Like he and he was already done with college. He was like, LeBron's been in the finals ever since I was like 10. You know what I mean? It was crazy. And you have people who tell me that, LeBron's been in finals. And, I didn't realize it, but it's true.
Yeah, 9.
You could be an 8th grader and be like, yo, LeBron's been in the finals since I was through high school and college.
Yeah, you could get 2 degrees.
Yeah, there's people saying that. People actually saying that. That's pretty damn impressive.
That's crazy, man. Because I'm in my 30s, so like I'm a bit removed from school, but that's actually true.
It's true.
Just like when I was growing up, it was like Michael Jordan was in the finals the Bulls were in the finals almost the entire time I was in grammar school.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because I'm an 80s baby, like So I went to grammar school pretty much the whole 90s, and what happened the whole 90s? I mean, Michael Jordan in the finals, except for the 2 years that he retired.
Throughout my whole high school, he was in the
finals the whole time, But I mean, I would have loved to see him play the Rockets, though.
Who?
The Bulls. Like, I would have loved to see him play the Rockets. I don't know. I think they might have lost that if they played the
Bulls against the Bulls of back then against the Rockets now.
No. Back then, the Bulls and Rockets. I would have loved to have seen that.
That would have been a good matchup. That's a tough one to call. I think the Rockets might have had the edge now.
I think so too.
But then you have, like I said, then you're gonna have the experience of being in the finals versus people getting there for the first time.
That's true.
And that's why I think like Michael would never have a problem like going against, because by the time he got there, when he was winning his first championship, remember his first championship was against LA. Yeah, they were old as hell,
and they didn't have Kareem. Like Magic never. Like Kareem, if I'm correct, Kareem won without Magic. Kareem won without Magic when he was on the Bucks, I think.
Yeah,
but Magic never won without Kareem. Yeah, and Magic, by the time Magic came out, late 70s. So by the time he was early 90s, he was not in his prime anymore.
Old, and there was nobody there from the great Laker teams of back then. Yeah, they were no longer there.
Yeah, so
and everybody else they were bum teams.
Yeah. So
come on, man. People were talking about Utah, son. Come on, man. Utah twice. Come on, man. That wasn't a real team to be scared of, man.
Yeah.
So that I always tell people that. I spoke to Mike about that too. Like Jordan was going against name the other superstar around Jordan's time. Name one. There wasn't any. Jordan was the only superstar playing at the time. Everybody else was all stars. Name one superstar.
Yes.
Name one. Somebody give me one. Anybody out there, give me one. That's my thing. That's always been my whole thing. Jordan's the best of all time. All right, well, give me the superstar. Give me the other list of superstars that were playing around his era.
You're talking about people he was in battle with. You know what I'm saying? Like people he was battling like on a regular basis.
Yeah. Give me one superstar.
But I think that the people who would have given him competition, by the time he started to hit his prime, they were already on their way out. Yeah, like those Larry Bird, the Magic Johnson.
Yeah, they were done.
Maybe Isaiah Thomas. Like the Pistons gave him trouble for a few years, but
and they were old, and they were done.
Yeah, like it gets to a point where
they had already won already.
Yeah, the people who would have given Jordan those battles were already were people who were from like the 80s,
and they were
by the time they were in the 90s, those people were already on their way out. You know what I mean? So
and when Jordan was there winning his chips, there were no superstars in the league, people. There were no superstars in the league. It was only all-stars. Jordan was the only superstar then.
Yeah, I mean, there really wasn't anybody, you know what I'm saying?
There was nobody else. I keep telling everybody keeps getting stuck on that. I'm like, he was the only superstar then. There was nobody else. You're on a superstar. You're the only superstar, and then you're on a team that, guess what? Without you, almost went to the finals.
That's true.
So, that's why when people be like, oh, how could you discuss the LeBron versus MJ thing? I'm like, no, LeBron is better than a lot of his superstars, best superstars. All right, so we're going to end it here real quick, talk about it. We back, baby. Never left the building. We here.
Yeah, the Franz, you know what I'm saying?
Welcome back home, my dude. Welcome back home. Talk about it.